What do you want to da-da-da?
What do y'all want to da-da-da?
I have no idea what to da-da-da.
We could switch to Progressive da.
Oh, yeah?
We could switch to Progressive on sa.
Okay.
We could sa enough to buy some za.
Oh, yeah. Let's switch to Progressive to da and get some za with the money we saw.
Yeah.
Now we know we're gonna da-da-da.
These days, nothing is normal and everything is weird. But you could still save big when you switch to Progressive. It might just be the most normal thing you da-da-da.
Quote to da at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Friday night college football picks at OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe Duffy's picks talk about on fire. 13-2 in football the last 15. As this report is filed Thursday night, 2 games are pending. College football side up for Friday at OffshoreInsiders.com. Baseball will be at it. And, of course, we already got our first wise guy play the entire weekend. The entire college football season, I should say, up for the weekend at OffshoreInsiders.com. Now let's take a look at your latest odds, some news and notes, and some free picks. Utah State versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin laying 27.5 with a total 52. Wisconsin with several big injuries. Inside linebacker Jack Stitchie and outside linebacker Zach Braun are out for the season. Wisconsin greatly thinned on the edge of a 3-4 defense. The line, of course, is dropped as a result. Washington minus 27.5 with a total of 52 against Rutgers. Washington suspended linebacker Azim Victor and defensive back Austin Joyner. Victor is an all Pac-12 performer. Joyner played in 12 games last year. Key player, 10 tackles. He had returned 8 kickoffs. Rutgers is 3-7 at home against the spread. And note, of course, Rutgers with their leading receiver actually suspended as well. That was late-breaking news. So Rutgers, leading receiver from last year. So both of these teams with key suspensions. Despite that, with UW making the 2,390-mile trip, do think that Rutgers will sneak within the number. They're undervalued. They're going to be much better than they were last year on both sides of the ball. Remember, they got Jerry Kill, defensive coordinator from Minnesota. He always knew how to have those defenses competitive. Rutgers stays within the number to Washington, making the cross-country trip. Rutgers plus the 27.5 is your free pick. Colorado State versus Colorado. Colorado minus 3.5, 66.5. Colorado State does have one game under their belt, but teams playing their first game versus an opponent with at least one game under their belt are they're 448 and 452. Hence, it's literally a coin flip. Colorado State 14-3 against the spread after scoring more than 50 points in the previous contest. The series has gone under 8-1. Charlotte and Eastern Michigan. Charlotte experience on offense, but very young on the defensive line. They lost perhaps their all-time best defensive player to the NFL. EMU rapidly improved under coach Chris Creighton, going 3-22 in his first 2 seasons straight up, but 7-6 last year. Went to a bowl and increased their home attendance by 260%. Now, EMU, most of their top players back from a team that did beat Charlotte, 37-19 in Charlotte last year, 17 starters, 52 lettermen. They did lose, though, 5 seniors on their offensive line that saw time, although 2 primary starters are back. Eastern Michigan 17-37 at home against the spread, though 9-2 their last 11 overall. As we said, they've turned it around. Navy and Florida Atlantic. Navy minus a 9.5, 66.5. Three-way battle at Florida Atlantic for quarterback. Though DeAndre Johnson, FSU transfer, generally considered the best option, says OffshoreInsiders.com. Florida Atlantic has been sloppy with the ball in practice. Navy's possession offense may throw off the timing of FAU's up-tempo offense. Their ace OC is former Baylor coach Kendall Briles, whose offense averaged 85.2 plays per game. We're talking about Florida Atlantic, but Navy's defense might be able to slow them down, especially because of their offensive pace, actually keep them off the field. Their defense only faced 68.5 plays last year. Some chance of thunderstorms around halftime, temperatures around 84. The biggest line move as Navy open up at 14.5. We do look for Navy to slow the pace of this game down, although Florida Atlantic, I think, probably be an over team at some point. I think they're going to be some good value in the over. Not here. We actually like Navy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Navy under Navy and Florida Atlantic under the 68. Boston College versus Northern Illinois, BC, minus 3.5 and 51. BC defensively oriented in recent years, but their top 6 receivers, top running backs, and 4 starters on their offensive line return. So this could be an improved offense for Boston College. That's what they're expecting for sure. Boston College 7-1-1 to the MAC against the spread. Make sure you get all the best picks in the world at offshoreinsiders.com. Offshoreinsiders.com. Joe Duffy's picks. 13-2 in football with a couple games pending as we file this report on Thursday night.
Call 1-888-FARMERS to switch, and you could save an average of $470 on your auto insurance. That's a lot of money in just a few minutes. With savings like that, you could be lounging on an impractical amount of ornate and overpriced throw pillows you bought for your couch. But you won't, because you're better with money than that. That's why you're calling us in the first place. Call 1-888-FARMERS to get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Based on average nationwide annual savings survey data July to December 2020. Underwritten by Farmers Trucker Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate. Products not available in every state.